So today we're going to talk about camera lenses. You can see I'm using the Sony ZV-1 right here, and you can see behind me, a little bit, kind of close up to my face, but we're going to be adding something extra to the camera. Booyah! There you got it. Look at this view. You can see much more around me, and I'm in active mode on the ZV-1. So as you know, on the ZV-1 typically this crops in even more, so even in active mode I can get a shot such as this. I mean, it's much wider. Not bad. So if you're a YouTuber, you're trying to actually go out there and get some good video and you want to show more of your surroundings, this is a great option for actually putting on to your ZV-1 to get that wider field of view. Pretty cool. So we're going to take this back in the studio and we're going to go over some of the pros and the cons of this lens. But obviously I'm using it quite a bit now in a lot of my videography, so it definitely is worth it, especially in active mode. Look at this, I'm actually hand holding this and I'm getting a nice, decently stable video. And by the way, it's tracking on my eye, everything. So all the features of the ZV-1 still work with this wider view. So again, this is with the USKEYVISION super wide angle on. Check it out on. Let's take it off without me dropping it. This is with it off. Quite a big difference, huh? Let's check out more of what we got going on here with this nice little lens. Let's head back in the studio. By the way, just to make this all clear, we were sent some equipment from the USKEYVISION company, and we're going to be using that in this video. Of course, I've been using this equipment for about over a month now, and I want to show you my review on how this has actually helped in a lot of our videography. Hey there guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Mike McCurdy, and I think you guys typically know me from doing food reviews in and around the Houston area. But today we're going to try something different. I'm going to start actually giving reviews on some of the gear that we're using in and around the Houston area. But you've probably never seen the gear that I use. One of the top cameras that I use pretty much daily, well, one of the cameras I always use is the Sony ZV-1. I mean, look at this bad boy. Look how small it is. So the smallness is great. Yes, I have actually larger cameras. I've got a Sony a7R IV, and I use it mainly for photography and some videography. But anytime I'm going out to a restaurant or doing a review, I love to have the ZV-1 with me. And the main reason I want to have the ZV-1 for me is the size. Look at this. It's tiny. And I love this size for one reason. Mainly I'm going into these restaurants, and these restaurants have some very small spaces for me to work with. So I whip out the ZV-1. The ZV-1's great because of this compact size, and I'm not walking around with a huge lens banging up against walls or accidentally dropping it in something. So it's just nice to have the size and just the dimensions of the ZV-1. But there's one problem about the ZV-1 that a lot of people have already mentioned. You probably know this as well. Well, it zooms in way too much. Yes, and that zoom in is kind of bad when you're trying to do videos, because sometimes you want to have a little bit around me. I mean, you can see my studio behind me, but if I'm zoomed in really close like this, you pretty much just see my face. And yes, that has some advantages. There's some times when you want to just see the person's face and not all the junk in the background. But every now and then you really want to widen the lens a little bit. And that's the beauty of what we're using today. So the guys at USKEYVISION said, hey Mike, we have this lens that will actually widen what you're currently shooting with the ZV-1. And guys, this is what they sent me. Look at this. Look at that. This is the Sony ZV-1 wide angle lens by USKEYVISION. Look at that bad boy. It's an extremely high quality lens. You can see this, and it's heavy. It's got a little weight to it. Not too much, but it's got a little weight to it. So it's a really nice piece of equipment. The beauty of this is it actually ties right onto my Sony ZV-1. And they put this little ring here on the outside that you see here. This little ring is what actually allows me to attach the lens just by screwing it on. But you would think, oh, does this have any issues? Does it actually get in the way of things? Well, let's take a look. Nope. I've been using this lens for about a month, and I've gotten some great shots in and around these restaurants that we shoot, and it gives me a wider perspective. The beauty is sometimes I don't necessarily want that wide angle lens, so I can just pop off that lens, and once I put this on, I'm back to the typical Sony ZV-1 close-up shot. So it's basically an all-around win using this type of adapter. And like I said, easily, look at this. I can just, you can see that on there. I can literally just put it on there, and I just screw it in like so. Look at that. Boink. Now I've got a wide angle lens on my Sony ZV-1, and the difference is quite noticeable. Let's take a look. And I'm back on the Sony ZV-1. So am I using the wide angle lens, or am I actually using the native ZV-1 lens? Can you tell? Can you tell a difference? Looks like it's tracking my eyeball. Well, let's check something out here. Whoa. Okay. Now you can see my entire studio. Outdoors, it doesn't do this kind of, I guess, fish-eyed look. See the lens here? But you can kind of see it over here bending a little bit too. Look at the wall. It's just a little bit curved. But that's typically normal with a lens such as this. And how you overcome that is just, well, zoom in just a hair, like so. Boom. I'm still got the wide lens. Not bad. So by the way, this is actually put onto a tripod sitting in my studio here, but I wanted to show you what the difference looks like. Pretty good quality. I mean, the lens is super sharp, and all the features of the Sony ZV-1 are working. The defocus function, I just cleared it. Let's go back to defocus. It's not bad, does a pretty good job. And also the eye tracking, I can see there, the eye is actually tracking me. So the good thing, all the features of the Sony ZV-1 are actually working. Let me show you this. And there, I don't know if you can see it or not, but it's actually tracking my eye. Check that out. So all those features are actually working on this lens. It looks great on the camera as well. This is a nice, neat, compact way to use a wider angle lens on the Sony ZV-1. Not bad, huh? So there you go. This is the Sony ZV-1 with the USKEYVISION Wide Angle lens. And let me tell you, it does make a difference. And it gives me that extra perspective that you typically don't get with the Sony ZV-1. So this is a great option if you're actually working with the Sony ZV-1, and you might want to check out their website. I'm going to put a link down below where you can actually purchase this lens. And like I said, it really is a game changer when it comes to the ZV-1. So if you're working with other cameras, obviously you have interchangeable lenses. So think of this as your step up to a professional camera with the Sony ZV-1, that you now have, well, you now have a nice interchangeable lens. Not bad. So again, I hope you guys like these videos. We're going to be doing more reviews on our channel of some of the equipment we use. And if you're interested, let me know in the comments down below of your thoughts on this gear that we're using. So hit the like button, hit the subscribe button down below if you like what we're doing here. We would really like to have you as part of our audience. Leave some comments down below of what you think of this video as well. And we hope to see you soon in our next video. Thanks, guys. Have nothing else to say? Bye-bye.